about Gamuda Berhad, a leading engineering property and infrastructure company in Malaysia. Before we begin our presentation, let me walk you through the outline of what we will be covering today. We will start with executive summary, introduction, legal implication of key SDGs, then broader legal consideration, next defining and framing this issue, next the relationship of documentary with the management concept, and finally conclusion and recommendation. Let's begin with the first part, the executive summary.
Okay, so I will start the presentation with the executive summary. So we analyze the strategic alignment of innovation, sustainability and global competitiveness in Gamuda Berhad, a leading Malaysian engineering, property and infrastructure company established in 1976. The business has its core activities in engineering and construction, property development via Gamuda land, and infrastructure concessions. With its extensive global reach in 9 countries, Gamuda emphasizes innovation and sustainability in every aspect of its business. So one of the key points of emphasis is Gamuda's dedication to the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which is SDGs, namely SDG 11, Sustainable Cities and Communities, SDG 13, Climate Action, and SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production, as well as an additional contribution to SDG 15, Life on Land, and SDG 3, Good Health and Well-being. With initiatives like Gamuda Green Plan 2025, the company targets a 45% reduction in emissions intensity by 2030 and net zero emissions by 2040. Technology like the Digital Industrialized Building System, Digital IBS, and Autonomous Tunnel Boring Machines, ATBM, are indicative of Gamuda's adoption of Industry Revolution 4.0 and legality in innovation, data protection, and safety. Furthermore, the operations of Gamuda are also analyzed through key management concepts, most notably leadership and communication. Diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) are promoted by the company, with a suitable number of women in leadership roles. The practice of communication at Gamuda is inclusive and strategic and promotes collaboration, alignment, and organizational trust. Gamuda expansion into the global landscape involves sophisticated legal and regulatory issues such as climate reporting, land use legislation, and anti-corruption laws. Gamuda's success in overcoming these difficulties without losing sight of ESG requirements places it firmly as a responsible and forward-thinking industry leader. Gamuda Berhad is a perfect example of how a Malaysian firm can take the lead in sustainability, digitalization, and good governance while making a significant contribution to national and international infrastructure growth. Gamuda also need to keep on upgrading the firm to continuously reassess its environmental impact, stakeholder engagement, and alignment with global standards, as well as expand its education and training initiative to keep on upgrading the firm.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Alifa Shakira binti Ahmad Sabri, number metric 1242469. Introduction of Gamuda Berhad. Gamuda Berhad is a leading Malaysian engineering, property and infrastructure company established in 1979 by Kon Yu Yin and Lin Yu Lin. It is publicly listed on Bursa Malaysia under the code MYX 5398. The company operates across three main business segments: engineering and construction, property development through Gamuda land, and infrastructure concession. Gamuda is widely known for executing large-scale and complex infrastructure projects such as the Klang Valley MRT, The electrified double-track project and the smart tunnel, the world's first dual-purpose tunnel designed for both traffic flow and flood control. In the property sector, Gamuda Land focus on developing sustainable and integrated township that promote quality living. This infrastructure concession involve the development, operation, and maintenance of key assets including highway and water treatment facilities. As of 2025, Gamuda has expanded its international presence to 9 countries: Malaysia, Singapore, Australia, Taiwan, the United Kingdom, India, Vietnam, Bahrain, and Qatar. Its global growth include the 2023 acquisition of DT infrastructure in Australia. Financially, the company maintains a strong position with an order book value at 30 billion ringgit Malaysia. It is the first half of FY 2025. Gamuda reported 8.2 billion in revenue and a net profit of 424 million ringgit Malaysia. It is also secured largest overseas contract to date, the Yizhi Donghu MRT project in Taiwan, worth nearly $1 billion. Gamuda is also committed to sustainability and innovation guided by its Gamuda Green Plan 2025. The plan aligns the environmental, social, and governance ESG principles and support the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Under the leadership of Group Managing Director Lin Yu and Chairman Tan Sri Abrin Buang, Gamuda continues to shape global infrastructure development responsibly and progressively. Next, I'm going to explain how Gamuda Berhad support key United Nations Sustainable Development Goals or SDGs and the legal implication of these commitments. These SDGs are not just ethical or environmental consideration, they also affect Gamuda legal responsibility, compliance standard and reporting obligation. The first goal we will look at is SDG 11 Sustainable Cities and Communities. Gamuda support this goal by creating sustainable, resilient and inclusive urban environment. For example, developments like Gamuda Cove emphasize human-centric planning, biodiversity and green infrastructure. A major example is the smart tunnel, which is not only serve traffic needs but also have to manage flows in urban areas, demonstrating the legal and environmental importance of climate resilience. From a legal perspective, this means Gamuda must comply with urban planning laws, safety regulation and environmental impact assessment. Failure to do so could result in penalties, lawsuits and delays in project approvals. Next, we focus on SDG 13 climate action. Under the Gamuda Green Plan 2025, the company is taking concrete steps to fight climate change. It aims to reduce its greenhouse gas emission intensity by 45% by 2030 compared to 2022 levels. These include using renewable energy like solar and hydropower and promoting low-carbon circular construction. Legally, this effort requires strict compliance with environmental laws, carbon reporting frameworks, and emission disclosure under local and international standards. Gamuda must also ensure proper environmental permits and documentation to avoid legal consequences. The third key goal is SDG 12, Responsible Consumption and Production. Gamuda use circular construction methods and advanced digital tools like NAPS, Gen Digital IPS system, which applies robotics and smart design to reduce construction waste and increase efficiency. Legally, these practices must meet waste management laws, safety standard for digital construction and regulation on sustainable building certification. By adopting this method, Gamuda also strengthens its legal standing in green building compliance. Last but not least, Gamuda also contributes to other SDGs. For example, SDG 15, Life on Land, is supported through the Gamuda Park initiative, which help preserve biodiversity and integrate green space into urban projects. Additionally, through infrastructure projects like the Smart Tunnel, Gamuda support SDG 3, good health and well-being, by improving safety and reducing health risks in city environments. Both of these areas require environmental compliance, biodiversity protection under national law, and adherence to public health and safety regulations.
I will explain how Gamuda Berhad has embraced Industry Revolution 4.0 in its operation. Firstly, digital IBS is one of the key innovations. Gamuda integrates technology like building information modeling, IoT, robotics, and AI in its state-of-the-art IBS factories. This allows buildings components to be produced 14% faster with 15% less reliance on manual labor, and reduce embodied carbon by up to 40%. Secondly, Gamuda developed the Autonomous Tunnel Boring Machine, or ATBM. This AI-driven system automates tunneling process and was first used in the MRT Putrajaya line. The success of the technology has enabled Gamuda to export it internationally, such as to Australia's Sydney Metro West project. Next, Gamuda is also integrating negative AI into its workflow. In collaboration with Google Cloud, the company has introduced AI chatbot for tunnel monitoring and interactive home design tools for customers. Importantly, Gamuda ensures that all these innovations comply with legal and regulatory standards. This includes occupational safety, construction codes, data protection, and intellectual property rights. Finally, these initiatives are aligned with Sustainable Development Goals 9, which focus on industry, innovation and infrastructure. Gamuda commitment goes beyond digital efficiency. It integrates legal, technical, and ethical consideration to create sustainable and globally relevant solutions.
Gamuda Berhad is one of Malaysia's leading engineering and infrastructure companies. The company is well known for its involvement in major national projects such as the MRT Mass Rapid Transit System, the Smart Tunnel, and the development of modern sustainable townships like Gamuda Cove. These achievements reflect Gamuda's strong commitment to innovation and sustainable progress. One of the most significant innovations by Gamuda is the Smart Tunnel, which is the world's first tunnel designed with a dual purpose. It functions both as a flood control system and a road tunnel. This unique solution helped reduce flash floods in Kuala Lumpur while also improving traffic flow. Gamuda has also introduced the Digital Industrialized Building System, Digital IBS, which use robotic and precast construction technology. This system allows buildings to be constructed up to 30% faster with less material waste and better quality control. It represents a major leap in construction efficiency. In addition, the company embraces digital transformation through the use of building information modeling (BIM) and a common data environment (CDE). These digital tools enhance project coordination, reduce errors, and improved communication between teams, leading to smoother and more efficient project delivery. Gamuda's commitment to sustainability is also evident in the launch of the Gamuda Green Plan 2025. This comprehensive roadmap focuses on green construction methods, renewable energy adoption, and waste reduction strategies. It shows that the company is not only focuses on growth but also on protecting the environment for future generations. Lastly, Gamuda continues to develop smart and green townships such as Gamuda Gardens and Gamuda Cove. This project integrates advanced technologies including renewable energy system, smart water management, and eco-friendly transportation. They aim to offer residents a high quality of life while promoting sustainable urban living. In conclusion, Gamuda Berhad's innovation not only increased efficiency in the construction sector, but also support Malaysians' goal for environmental sustainability and smart city development. The company remains a leader in transforming infrastructure through technology and green.
Gamuda operates internationally in countries like Australia, Singapore, Taiwan, and Vietnam, which requires complete complying with different labor, environmental, and community law. The company focuses on renewable energy, hydro, solar, and wind supporting SDG 7 and SDG 13. Throughout the Gamuda Green Plan 2025, its aim to cut carbon emission by 40% by 2030 and reach net zero by 2040. Gamuda Green Township like Gamuda Cove and Gamuda Garden alike with SDG 11 and 15, ensuring sustainable land use and biodiversity protection. Globally, Gamuda prioritize supply chain transparency, anti-corruption, compliance, and community rights such as First Nation recognition in Australia. The company also follow SDG 16 by maintaining transparency, anti-corruption control, and strong governance standards.
Gamuda Berhad demonstrates strong leadership through its commitment to diversity, equity and inclusion, DEI, corporate governance, and healthcare responsibility. According to YTM Raja Datuk Seri Elina, DEI enable businesses to adapt to change, hire talent from diverse backgrounds, and build more efficient, productive teams. Gamuda fosters an inclusive environment where individuals feel valued regardless of their background, which aligns with the values of millennials and Gen Z jobs. The company also emphasizes the role of women in leadership, recognizing the potential to bring diversity and unique leadership styles to the construction industry. Key women leaders at Gamuda include Raja Datuk Elina, Wong Lai Ling, Carly Allen, and Aileen Teo. Their contribution highlight the importance of empowering women in leadership to drive progress and innovation.
Gamuda Berhad shows how effective communication serves as one of the foundations on India management strategy. Communication involves not just the transfer of information but also the cultivation of relationships, the alignment of goals, and the enhancement of performance within the organization. Gamuda Berhad prioritizes internal communication, which is vital for promoting collaboration, alignment, and trust among its employees. The documentary illustrates how leaders convey information clearly and transparently to their teams, thereby fostering an inclusive workplace culture. This practice is in accordance with the transactional model of communication when there is a continuous exchange of feedback between the sender and receiver. In Gamuda, they are not only engaging in active listening, adapting the messages, and promoting two-way communication across various departments and management levels. Next, Gamuda also reflects how to manage its public perception through transparency, which is the corporate social responsibility and the community participation through clear, consistent, and value-driven messaging. Gamuda simplifies its corporate communication strategy, which is an integral aspect of reputation management. Other than that, the utilization of modern communication platform, training initiative, and also public campaigns by Gamuda exemplify its fusion of strategic communication with technology. This practice aligns with the media richness theory, which posits that the choice of communication channels should correspond to the complexity of the message being conveyed. Furthermore, Gamuda leverages visual storytelling and also corporate media to fortify brand identity, articulate values, and advance internal programs like women's leadership and also sustainable development.
Teamwork is a core value at Gamuda Berhad, where collaboration and mutual support among employees are encouraged to achieve shared goals. The company also supports personal and career development, helping staff reach their full potential. As a socially responsible organization, Gamuda engages in partnership with governments, media, and communities to create social value and promote inclusive, positive societal impact. Their operation focus on supporting local communities through education, development programs, and environmental conservation.
Okay, so for the last one is the conclusions and recommendations. So Gamuda Berhad exemplifies how a Malaysian company can integrate sustainability, innovation, and global competitiveness in the infrastructure sector. It addresses several United Nations SDGs through green urban development, smart infrastructure, and investment in climate-resilient technologies. Gamuda's organizational effectiveness is driven by transformational leadership, strategic HRM, and motivation rooted in meaningful, secure work environments. However, as Gamuda scales internationally and undertakes mega projects, it must continuously reassess its environmental impact, stakeholder engagement, and alignment with global standards. To enhance its sustainability and global competitiveness, Gamuda should strengthen partnerships with green tech startups to co-develop cutting-edge solutions, as well as deepen stakeholder engagement with local communities to ensure inclusive and environmentally sensitive project planning. Other than that, invest more in R&D to create proprietary construction technologies that reduce waste and carbon emissions, and also enhance global HR mobility programs to exchange innovation knowledge across markets and adopt transparent sustainability reporting using globally recognized frameworks such as GRI or SASB. And additionally, Gamuda must expand its education and training initiatives to prepare its workforce for evolving digital and environmental demands. Its leadership should consider setting bold ESG targets with measurable timelines to attract responsible investors and improve public trust. As global expectations around sustainability and corporate governance rise, Gamuda's proactive adaptation will determine its long-term success. With continuous improvement, strong leadership, and strategic foresight, Gamuda is well positioned to lead the infrastructure sector into a smarter, greener, and more inclusive future. Thank you.